stronger, faster.
Hello, mate. AJ Pickett of the Mighty Blue Stick. I have some guests with me today, and we're going to talk about some Dungeons and Dragons. I can't do this.
You did it right. You did it right.
I haven't
That's
watched
the
enough of
best.
this.
I think the I can't do this is the best part to include.
Yeah.
I love your channel, AJ. I'm sorry these guys made me do it. They're twisting my arm. Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. We have a DM roundtable for you, and I am joined by a few of my YouTube friends. And our topic of conversation today is the ultimate villain. Do you have to have one in a campaign, or can you do something else? And I thought we would start with Fred from How to D&D. How would you answer this question is with regards to an ultimate villain?
I'd answer it pretty quickly. No, you don't need to have one. It's nice to have one, but you don't have to have one. I actually prefer to have multiple villains rather than one ultimate villain, and I think my players do too. But you can also have like the supernatural force, which is maybe like for your disaster campaign, or you can go with the plague. Maybe not the one right now because people are not faring well under the circumstances. But yeah, you don't have to necessarily have a villain. It's just what else are you going to have? Is it going to be revolving around something different other than what you would normally do?
So you definitely feel that we need at least an antagonist. It doesn't have to be a main-centered person, but at least something to butt up against what the player's motivations are. How about you, Ryan? How would you answer this? Do you need an ultimate bad guy in your game, or what are your thoughts on this?
So I'm going to go ahead and say that for me, yeah, you do need an ultimate bad guy for the game, but that doesn't mean you need a world-ending, cataclysmic, I have become a god bad guy that your players defeat and save all of the known universe. I think, you know, if you've got a baron that's just trying to take over the town because he wants more land, and your level 3 through 7 party sort of help lead an uprising and they arrest him and put him on trail or execute him or whatever it is, like that little dude who was totally inconsequential to the bigger picture of the world that's going on was the ultimate bad guy for your party. And so yeah, like I like that there is an overarching baddie of some kind. And for me, one of the reasons I like to do that is I find that it keeps us from sort of meandering and saying, why are we all still together? What is it that we're trying to do? Are we just going to job boards? There are games that's what people want to do, and I think that that's absolutely fine. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. But for me, I like to have an ultimate bad guy, but that doesn't mean it's someone who's going to destroy all of existence.
Yeah, I really like that take on there. How about you? No fun allowed. What's your opinions on this?
I'm going to say no, you don't need an ultimate villain, but what I think you need is a conflict. So if the campaign is the players get stranded on an island, there doesn't need to be this overarching bad guy that's on the stranded island. The campaign could just be, okay, you're on this deserted island. How do you get out? And there's the conflict right there. Or it could be you are just a group of adventurers that go out and clear out dungeons, but the only motivations you have is to get rich or to beat that other rival adventuring guild. You don't need to have, this overarching bad guy. And, we definitely don't need, and not every single campaign needs to be, the world ending, nonsensical nonsense. Just run the small scale, please. I beg you, run the small scale.
I like that as well. For me, I think you do not need an ultimate bad guy or an ultimate villain in your game, but do I want one? Absolutely. I do believe I want one in my game. Now, the way that I like to set them up, especially if I'm going to be running like a long-term campaign, is to start maybe prefacing this villain a little bit, like introducing little pieces of this villain here and there. But along the way, I want to have some types of, like No Fun said, conflicts or some antagonists or things along the way where we can have kind of like little mini epic or many parts of completing things, but there's still that ultimate bad guy at the end that we still work our way towards. And it's kind of reminiscent too of like a lot of TV shows where you have a season where it's got 21 episodes. Along the ways, you're going to have all these conflicts, antagonists, these little things, but it's going to build up and build up and build up. And then at the end, you're actually going to have this ultimate conflict or this ultimate villain at the end. So let us know if that's something that you do in your game. No, I can't do that again.
You don't have to get up close. You just.
Well, I feel AJ's always got like such a good posture. He's just like just so relaxed and
off
chill.
to the side. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like chilled out and relaxed. Where I'm like, okay. So those are our answers on whether or not a campaign should have an ultimate villain. Be sure to leave a comment below and let us know, with your campaign as a player or a DM, do you expect an ultimate villain at the end, or does a campaign even need one? Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode.